All right, we'll see what Craig Thomson has to say tomorrow, but in the meantime it's sparked a debate about a code of conduct. Here's some contributors to that discussion.
What the Greens are proposing is a National Integrity Commissioner that would roll in the current oversight of the police and bring in the public service and the Parliament.
You don't need a National Integrity Commission to understand, or you shouldn't need one of those, Carl, to understand that fraud, theft, all these things, breaking your commitments, sexual harassment, they're all wrong.
Oh, look, I'm just worried that this just could be another layer of bureaucracy. People don't need a code of conduct on how to breathe. Really, we shouldn't need a code of conduct on how to behave decently.
Brian, I think the politicians are saying, despite everything, self-regulation will do just fine.
It's not really about a code of conduct. It's about what's missing at the federal level, the proposal. It was put forward by a joint parliamentary committee last year chaired by Melissa Park, and the government gave their rebuttal. They recommended that a similar body to what already exists in all of the states, or soon will, mainly some sort of corruption and misconduct commission. They said that this is the big gap at the federal level, that there's nothing. Can we really believe that when people cross the border into Canberra, some mysterious sort of force purifies them of any possible taint of corruption or temptation or whatever? And at the state level, these things do unearth corruption and so forth. So that's what the proposal is. But the government's rejected in a very formal rejection earlier this year, but very blunt, saying, look, there's not really a problem of corruption at the federal level. But the trouble is, no one's really looked. So how will you know? If you don't look, you won't find out. When you do look at the state level, you do find it. So what we're supposed to believe, that across that immense number of government departments and agencies, defence, immigration, taxation office, foreign investment decisions, big mineral decisions and that, there's no corruption. It's not the experience elsewhere in the world or in the States or the experience of human nature normally. But we're supposed to believe that everyone knows the difference from right from wrong and will always do the right thing at the federal level.
Would something like an independent commission, would it pick up something that of Thomson's alleged misdeeds, given they were before he entered Parliament?
None of these things are all about public. At the state level, what private citizens do has got nothing. That's not within their purview.
And it's the same essentially with Peter Slipper too, not on the civil cases, but on the rest. A lot of that was known before he was pre-selected, so a code of conduct wouldn't have picked that up either. It's a matter for the pre-selectors, isn't it, initially?
Well, yeah, and going back to our earlier discussion about how parties generally have treated these matters, you'd hope that this creates a new level of self-knowledge amongst party administrators on both sides, that maybe they actually want to be a bit more rigorous about the questions they ask and the proof they need to satisfy themselves when they're putting people forward for public office.